Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And I'm not only saying welcome back to you, the viewers, but also welcome back Patrick Marleau as well as Matt Nieto. And that's right, Patrick Marleau is back to the San Jose Sharks for the second time, and Matt Nieto is back for the first time after playing with Colorado Avalanche. So let's just kind of talk about these two different signings, and why not start off with the more easier one of Mr. San Jose Shark himself, Patrick Marleau. Now, I would go through each of his stats, but we know who he is. We know what his offensive and defensive productions are for an NHL team, and we know who Patrick Marleau is. He's been around since 1997 in the NHL. He's mostly played that with the San Jose Sharks, but did bounce around to Toronto Maple Leafs for about 2 seasons, and then with the Pittsburgh Penguins finishing off this last year. And that trade with the Pittsburgh Penguins was actually pretty interesting, and I'm going to actually do a little bit of a Steve Dangle trade tree right now for you about that trade with the Pittsburgh Penguins involving Patrick Marleau. Now, earlier this year, Patrick Marleau was traded to the Pittsburgh Penguins on February 24th. In exchange, the Pittsburgh Penguins gave the San Jose Sharks a conditional 2021 third-round pick. And the condition of that pick was that if the Pittsburgh Penguins won the 2020 Stanley Cup, that pick would upgrade to a second-round pick. Now, San Jose did not hold on to that pick for very long and ended up using it in a simple trade with the Minnesota Wild to gain Ryan Donato. So essentially, the Sharks got Donato for free without risking any of their own draft picks or current players. And with the Pittsburgh Penguins, Patrick Marleau played in 8 seasonal games where he did get a goal and 1 assist for a total of 2 points in those 8 games, but his season overall was not his best. He only had 11 goals and 11 assists across 66 games. And he is getting to that age of retirement. Everyone's just kind of wondering, is this going to be his last year of playing hockey? Is he going to hang up his skates? Personally, I think if hockey does play this season, this will definitely be Patrick Marleau's final season in an NHL uniform. I say that because it was a league minimum of $700,000, and I'm pretty sure there was a deal between Doug Wilson and Patrick Marleau saying that he will play as many games as he can this season because he's going after Mr. Hockey's all-time record. Mr. Hockey Gordie Howe holds the all-time NHL record for most games played with 1,767 games across his 26-year NHL career. Pretty much all with the Detroit Red Wings except for 1 season, which was the last season with the Hartford Whalers, where he played for them after the WHA folded and then merged into the NHL. Mr. San Jose Shark, Patrick Marleau, who is currently sitting 5th all-time on that list with 1,723 games. Essentially 44 games to tie, 45 to break it. The next active player on the list, Joe Thornton, with 1,636 games. And honestly, I think this was more just a deal between Doug Wilson and Patrick Marleau, where it was just like, let's sign him for a year, as little as we can, just so he can get another milestone and another record in Sharks uniform. It's not going to be a, oh my goodness, Sharks are definitely a Stanley Cup team with this contract. It was just something to get the fans excited about. And what's crazier about this record is that Patrick Marleau is actually 5th all-time currently with consecutive games played. He has not missed an NHL game since April 9th of 2004. Patrick Marleau currently sits at 854 consecutive games played, which is 5th all-time. 4th all-time is also an active record with Keith Yandle playing in 866 consecutive games, and 6th all-time is still an active record as well, with Phil Kessel playing in 844 consecutive games. And I actually will admit this, that Patrick Marleau stat is a little misleading because this last year he actually did quote-unquote miss the first 4 games from the San Jose Sharks. However, he was still technically a free agent at that time. He didn't sign a contract with the San Jose Sharks until after that 4th game, so those 4 games do not count against him. And regardless of whether or not you think this should still technically be an active record, Patrick Marleau is still going after Gordie Howe's record. So go get it, Patty. I want to see you do it. And actually, on a side note of incredible records that might be broken pretty soon, Alexander Ovechkin is 188 goals away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal record. So next 3 or 4 seasons are going to be pretty interesting and pretty record-setting overall. But anyways, let's get back to the San Jose Sharks, and guess who also is back? Matt Nieto. For those of you who do not remember, Matt Nieto was drafted 47th overall by the San Jose Sharks in 2011. He played for Boston University for 4 years and showed quite a bit of NHL potential. When on the San Jose Sharks for his first 3 seasons, he averaged about 23 points a season. When adjusting to an 82-game season because he didn't play in every game, he averaged about 27 to 28 points a season. And then during his 4th season in 2016-2017, he struggled quite a bit to maintain that bottom 6 forward strength, and then he was placed on waivers. Colorado Avalanche came in and picked him up off of waivers. And the rest of the season with the Avs, he did struggle a little bit with them as well, but did demonstrate a 21-point season potential through the 43 games that he played with the Avs. However, in his first full season with the Avs, he set a career high of 15 goals and nearly tied his career high in points with 26. And then the following season, Matt Nieto put up a career high in assists with 19 and then go on to play in the playoffs where he played 12 games, put up 4 goals and 3 assists for the Avs. In the 2019-2020 season, Matt Nieto was on a 24-point pace across an 82-game season by putting up 21 points in 70 games. And in the offseason, Colorado Avalanche decided not to re-sign him, to which San Jose Sharks picked him off of free agency. And similar to the Patrick Marleau signing, this isn't going to be an, oh my goodness, San Jose Sharks are definitely cup contention team. No, I'm not saying that at all, but Matt Nieto will contribute quite a bit on the 3rd and 4th lines. He did put up 2 shorthanded goals last season as well, and does really well in the penalty kill, so he is going to be contributing there a lot as well, and he does stay out of the box, so he's going to be there when needed. And overall, if Nieto still has his speed and his puck handling skills, he's going to contribute quite a bit for the San Jose Sharks, and I expect him to get another 25-point season as well. And this is going to be interesting because it's definitely going to be helping out those 3rd and 4th lines, and maybe he's going to be paired up with Marleau again, and maybe they're going to go back and forth and help each other out. And just on a personal side note, I really like Matt Nieto. I just kind of like his personality. He brings a lot of energy to the teams that he's on. He does bring a lot of positivity and has fought through a lot, and has fought through a lot in his personal life as well. So welcome back, 83. Matt Nieto, I am glad to see you back in teal. So let me know what you guys think about these 2 different signings. It's pretty interesting. I definitely am excited to see, obviously, Patrick Marleau back in teal, and I'm definitely really excited to see Matt Nieto back in teal as well, and to see what these 2 guys are going to bring back to San Jose and see if we can make another push back into the playoffs and hopefully going back to the Stanley Cup Finals. So then until next week, please everyone stay safe and please stay healthy. Please continue washing those hands, and I will see you all next week.